Social media really is one place that you can feel jealous, lonely, popular, and inspired all in the same 5 minutes. I've been doing social media for over 7 years now, and I've definitely felt all those things. It really be like a double-edged sword where there's the good and the bad all at the same time. The great things about social media is it really can open a lot of doors for you. You can meet people from around the world that you normally wouldn't. You can start a whole business or a career right on your phone, or even just learning a new skill of how to do something that might interest you, but you just don't know where to start. And there's a million tutorials, as I call it, YouTube University. Personally, it's really made me enjoy creating videos and taking photos. As a kid, I always used to draw or paint, and that was my limits for creative. It wasn't until I clicked record the first time that made me like, wait, I kind of like this. And then the more I kept doing it, the more I really fell in love with editing and just being able to kind of manipulate raw footage and turn it into something. I always say this, no matter how long you've been doing something, there's always room for improvement. And there's always someone else that knows more or can do more with the same stuff that you have, which is the fun of learning a creative skill. But at the same time, it has its flaws where you see someone else living their best life, quote unquote, and you're comparing yourself. Another thing too that I know I'm bad at is just constantly scrolling. It's like, this might be the way that you found this video, is just because I just popped up on your explore page. We're supposed to be doing homework or some form of responsibility, and we're just in bed or on our couch just kind of scrolling away on TikTok or YouTube, whatever your platform might be. Which in the end, it really affects your mental health, because especially if you have stuff to do and you're stressing about it, and then you're just on your phone scrolling, and now a whole day went by. I've done this too many times. I've always been a procrastinator, even in school. I'll like finish it in the last minute, which is not a good thing, but social media doesn't make it easier. It's really been interesting being on social media for this long, for the fact that, like what I said before, of seeing like the perfect version of people online, but then when you meet them in person, you're like, wait, what? This isn't the person at all that you show. It's interesting to see the switch when brands get involved as well, because I've seen creators where they're like, oh, I have to be more brand conscious. And it's like, wait, what? Like, just be yourself. They're like, no, I can't do that. Oh no, I can't wear that anymore. There's definitely a lot of pressure being on social media as well. For myself personally, I was very insecure and just shy as a kid, and especially being in front of a camera and especially posting online, I've received every type of hate comment you could possibly imagine, if it's when I've gone live or just comments on my videos or photos, because the internet does not hold back, especially when it's behind a computer screen nowadays. Because personally, I've ran into people and they're like, yo, I follow you, I've seen you online and stuff, and it's like always kind of love or just appreciation or support. But then online, it's like sometimes I post a video and it's like 90%, or not 90%, but there's a large majority of just hate comments or just really terrible comments that should never be said, which in the end really just adds to the pressure of being online. And especially when brands and stuff come into the mix too, because now it's not just posting for fun. Now you're looking at your views and your followers and everything. You're like, oh, this video didn't perform well, or oh, why did this post do so bad? And I mean, like everything has ebbs and flows. It's gonna go up and it's gonna go down. You only know what an up feels like because you've had a down, and vice versa. But it's a thing when it really becomes like a job or a career. It just adds to the pressure. Now you're trying to follow trends. You're like, oh, the algorithm hates me. What's going on? It was doing so well, and then everything crashed and burned. And that's just the way of social media. That's something as well that I don't see being talked about enough, is the true feeling you get from going viral to then when your content goes back to normal, or you might have like a super low week or month, because that really does a lot to you. And it's interesting too, because when I started posting, I never cared about like, oh, my followers, oh, I didn't have brands, anything like that. So it wasn't ever a thing of like, oh, need this to do well. But there is really a true euphoria of when you go viral. Because I can still remember the first time a video got 1 million views, and you feel like on top of the world. I was walking around my little city like, damn, everyone saw this. They knew who I am. Yeah, it's me. From just literally posting for fun and just doing random stuff, and then you have a video go viral, there's something there that really like spikes some dopamine or a euphoric feeling. And then like within 2 weeks, it just like crashed and burned. I was like, damn. Well, that was good. But then I just continued on with the journey, and I had videos done over 60, 50, 40 million views. And nowadays, I wouldn't say I'm numb to it, but I don't have that same sense of when I got my first million views. And not that I'm saying like, oh yeah, it's just normal, it's whatever. Like, it's still like a wow, like that's cool, but I can keep going without really being stuck in the moment. I forget who specifically said this and how they actually worded it, but I remember like the meaning of it is if you have something that goes viral, don't go so deep into it. And then same thing, if you have a video that does super low, don't like follow into it and be like, damn, I suck. Because it just like spirals either way, and it'll take a while to get back to the kind of flow state or just that nice median in between, because you don't want to get too full of yourself and you don't want to be too hard on yourself, regardless of the states of your content or whatever you might be doing. I remember when I saw that quote, I forget again how they worded that quote, but I remember when I saw that, I was like, that really set things straight for myself. I have a YouTube channel that's pulling like 20-30 million views a month, and it's just like I'm posting every other day, daily. I'm just doing as I do, and I don't think of it like, oh, I'm the man. But that's taken me over 6 years to get to that point. It's interesting too, because since I've been posting for the last 6 years, I literally have like a journal of myself for the last 6 years, and I see myself going through breakups or addictions or bad habits and gaining weight, losing weight, eating disorder, whatever it might be. I've posted myself completely as is for the last 6 years, and I haven't held back or tried to show this side of everything's perfect, everything's doing well, because there's times where I take breaks. Either I'm burnt out or I'm going through something and I just can't find the energy. But then there's also times where I'm at my lowest that creating has been the thing that's brought me out of the hole. So for myself personally, it's always been I don't want to say escape, but there's a lot of times that I can think about where making videos, especially to the songs that I was listening to at the time, if it was sad and down, low vibes or lo-fi or upbeat, whatever my state of mind was feeling, that's the music that I choose to edit to. And that's how sometimes it would help me get out of my ruts or enjoy the wins of the day, even the small ones. One thing I did last year is every time I would wake up, I wouldn't touch my phone for the first hour. What a freaking difference that was for my mental health and just how my day unfolded, compared to if I just like rolled out of bed, grabbed my phone, and then you see some bad news or might be something that keeps me stuck in bed, and then it's like an hour, 2 hours goes by, and now it's like I woke up early, but now it's like almost noon, or the whole start of the day, it just unfolds so differently. A key moment in time for myself that I really had a strong mental health and boundaries for myself was when I really was into skateboarding. Before my accident with my knee, I would be up at like 6-7 in the morning every single day, and I would walk to the skate park, leave my phone at home. I wouldn't even bring any technology, and I would just skate for like 3-4 hours, 2 hours at a time. I would go get water, a little snack, come back to the skate park. I remember those mornings like it was yesterday, and I did that for like almost a whole year, and it was like so freeing. I just had so much energy as well, especially pairing that with not being on my phone like first thing in the morning. Like when I just wake up, I would just go downstairs, get a banana, milk, fill up my water, and go outside. That was as well when it was summer or spring and then summer, because obviously here in Canada we have 6 months of winter. Yeah, I guess I didn't do it for the whole year, but I remember still going out for walks even when it was winter, and it was just like, yeah, just liberating. It just felt so freeing from kind of the box that I put myself in from technology, just being so zoned into this screen. Yeah, that takes me back. Jeez. To end this off, I saw this quote: social media isn't going anywhere, but how we use it and how it affects us is something we can't control. There's always that sense of feeling of FOMO, like you're missing out on other people's wins, or, oh, my favorite YouTuber just posted a video, but it's like, there's always tomorrow, there's always next week. The videos aren't going anywhere. The internet's not going anywhere. If anything, it's only going to get more and more, especially with AI nowadays. And that's just a great thing to think about. Before you know it, time's flying. And like when I grew up, I didn't have technology like how it is today. I bought my first phone in high school with my own money, and it's like nowadays I see babies and they have like an iPad playing games. It's like I never had technology like that. So I remember when I was a kid, like as soon as I would wake up, go downstairs, have breakfast, be outside. I would come back when the sun goes down and the lights come on. Especially when it was the summer, when I didn't have school, there wasn't a chance that I would be inside when it was sunny outside, and I would be with my friends or just outside doing whatever the heck. I never had any technology. I couldn't text my parents being, oh, I'll be back at 7, or no, we just knew that dinner time was at 6. And then we'd go back outside, and then when the lights came on outside, we have to come back inside. Which really wraps it back to how it's a double-edged sword, because yes, there's a lot of great things that you can do with social media. At the same time, it takes away from a lot of moments that can just be enjoyed for yourself or with your family and friends, and doesn't need to be posted online, or the world doesn't need to know where you're going and what you're eating of every second of every day, which I can say I'm guilty of doing as well. But those are the times that we're living in now. I hope you enjoyed this video. This has been on my mind to make for a while now. I've had this note fully written out and scripted for a couple weeks now. I hope you enjoyed this. Leave a like, subscribe, hit the notifications so you never miss another post, and I'll be back next Friday at 3 p.m. Bye-bye.